Hello, everyone. My name is Bianca Najera. I'm the Training and Technical Assistance Coordinator for the New Jersey Self-Advocacy Project. Today, I'm going to be giving you a little bit overview about what our program is all about. I'm going to be discussing what the New Jersey Self-Advocacy Project is. We also refer to it as the NJSAP. I'm also going to be talking to you about several of our events. I'm also going to be giving you an introduction to what the New Jersey Statewide Self-Advocacy Network, also known as the NJSAP, is all about. And I'm going to talk to you about our councils and our advisory board as well. I'm also going to go over some resources that we have. So to start off, what is the New Jersey Self-Advocacy Project, the NJSAP? It's a division-funded program. It's within the ARC of New Jersey. We've been with them since 1983. NJSAP supports the state's largest network of individual self-advocates and self-advocacy groups. So we don't only work with individuals, we also work with other groups and other programs. We want to support and give them as many resources as well. We provide comprehensive training and resources to self-advocates, direct support professionals, and agency personnel as well. So we're all about advocacy, and we try to support as many people as possible. And who is involved in the New Jersey Self-Advocacy Project? Our director is Erin Smithers. And we also have a media and communications coordinator, which is Frankie Bayak. And me, Bianca Najera, I am the training and technical assistance coordinator. And we make up the New Jersey Self-Advocacy Project team. So we try to give leadership to as many programs as we can, get involved as much of advocacy as possible. And what are some services that we offer? So we try to connect advocates to other services and programs that are available to them. We do advise 5 councils located throughout the state of New Jersey. And these groups, these councils, they're a part of the New Jersey Statewide Self-Advocacy Network. And we also provide free trainings on any topic that an individual with an intellectual and or developmental disability or a staff member might need. So they can always come to us and ask for help or training or any resources on anything that they would like, and we'll try our best to provide that to them. We also receive a grant from the Horizon Foundation for New Jersey, where we provide programming for individuals with intellectual and or developmental disabilities, also known as IDD, and we help them learn how to live a healthier lifestyle. And we're able to do all of this thanks to the grant we received from the Horizon Foundation. We also provide daily self-advocacy content all over our social media accounts. So throughout the week, we try to post as much as we can to get those resources out to you and to provide as many things that we have going on throughout our program to you. As well, we hold an annual NJSAP Spring Luncheon in either March or April. We do this every year. It's an awards event where we celebrate the advocacy efforts of people and services around New Jersey. We also hold our NJSAP Fall Conference in either September or October. This is an educational event. We all try to come together and we want to learn more advocacy, provide more information about it, and be able to support more people with IDD. We also have a government affairs ambassador program, also known as the GAAP. We have this program to help connect advocates with governmental decisions and changes. So anything going around the state, any legal changes, anything that an advocate would like to voice their opinion in, we try to provide support for them to be able to voice their opinion and be able to get changes made. We also work with advocates to testify before the Senate and Assembly on issues that could essentially affect them. So we try to motivate them to speak up, to advocate for themselves as much as possible. As well, we work with other agencies and chapters of the ARC to help support their agendas and goals as well. So we also want to help our other programs involved in the ARC and other agencies. We also provide advisory trainings. We have trainings on starting a new group, for example. We try to provide as many resources as possible. So we do provide an array of services, but our goal is to get advocacy to be promoted. Now, to get into the New Jersey Statewide Self-Advocacy Network, also known as the NJSAP, this is a network which is made up of individuals with intellectual and/or developmental disabilities. The purpose of this network is to support a positive change. So we want to create a positive change and we want to motivate everyone else to feel capable of doing it. This network does consist of 5 councils that we have located throughout the state of New Jersey. So we have all of the state of New Jersey divided into 5 councils. So in Council 1, it's towards the top of New Jersey, we have Sussex, Warren, Morris, and Hunterdon County. Council 2, which is towards the top of New Jersey, we have Bergen, Passaic, Union, Essex, and Hudson County. Towards the middle of the state, we have Council 3, which is made up of Somerset, Middlesex, Ocean, Mercer, and Monmouth County. Towards the bottom of the state, we have Council 4 and Council 5. Council 4 is made up of Burlington, Camden, Gloucester, and Salem County. And Council 5 is made up of Atlantic, Cape May, and Cumberland County. So with the New Jersey Self-Advocacy Project, we do try to help these councils as much as possible, work with them whenever we are able to. One person from our team meets each month with them. These councils get together every month, and it gives advocates a chance to voice their opinions on any issues that they might want to talk about. It also helps them learn about new issues that are coming up. It helps them socialize. It helps develop their advocacy skills. And even some of our members will testify at hearings and provide policy recommendations. So we try to work with them to help create a change in advocacy. If they see any issues that they feel very interested in and they really want to voice their opinion, we work together with them to help advocate for these issues as well. Within these councils, we also have an advisory board, which is made up of the chair, a vice chair, and an independent advocate. Each council has all of these positions. These positions are elected by each of the members of each council. So for example, Council 1 will have a chair, a vice chair, and an independent advocate, and so will Council 3. Each of these councils has their own elected officials, which make up our advisory board. They also meet monthly. They work on developing goals for their councils. We also talk about any advocacy issues that they would like to address, anything that they see that is really rising up currently, and they would like to talk about with their councils. We address it during this meeting. They also help us create an agenda for what advocacy members would like to discuss at their council meetings. They also work together with our team to plan and coordinate our annual luncheon and conference. So this would be an example of what our calendar might look like. So we try to plan out for the entire year so that way our council members are able to save their dates. So you can see here, we have all of our councils set with their dates. They do take off 2 months. For example, in July, you can see that council 2, 3, 4, and 5 are off that month, but we do try to plan for the entire year. That way they're able to save the dates and set the time for that as well. We also have our agendas where we try to have a set idea of what we're going to talk about in the councils and what we're going to do for that meeting. We try to include any old business that might be occurring, anything new that's upcoming that they might want to talk about, anything that they might reach out to us about sharing in the councils, we'll have added on that agenda as well. And to get into our involvement in governmental affairs, we try to be as involved as possible. So we do try to help advocates testify in front of the Senate and Assembly on topics that matter to their community. We try to stay up to date on decisions that are made at the State House and on the federal level as well. We try to make sure the advocates know what's going on within their state. We get involved with local legislator and county government as well. At least once a year, we go to the State House to speak about DD awareness. We talk about what our program does and how the members of Congress can help our community. We also provide trainings. For example, we have trainings on voting, on the census, on the Americans with Disability Act. We have trainings on action alerts and advocacy campaigns. We have trainings on how to develop a testimony. So we do have a program called Governmental Affairs Ambassador Program, where we try to get involved as much as we can in governmental affairs. And this is what we try to do in all of these events and try to get involved. And this is what our program's all about. So going forward, I'd like to talk about some events that we have in the New Jersey Self-Advocacy Project. For example, one of the big things that we have is the Healthy Lifestyle Project. We started this project with a grant that the Horizon Foundation has been giving us since 2013. This grant is to help adults with intellectual and/or developmental disabilities learn how to live a healthier lifestyle. This may be through a healthier diet, getting more exercise, or stress management. We try to hold as many events throughout the week to help these individuals live a healthier life. So a couple examples of events that we hold as part of this grant and as part of our Healthy Lifestyle Project is this new movement club that we started. We are always trying to start new events to help people with IED stay more active in living a healthier life. So this is a new movement club that we started Tuesdays at 11 a.m. It goes on during the months of June, July, August, and September. It's a new virtual movement club where we try to create goals and keep track of them. We try to motivate each other to stay more active. And we want to learn more about nature and fitness as well. So this is a a program that we started to try to help people start living a healthier life. It's a movement club that helps people stay more active, get outside more, and just live a healthier life in general. We also have our Stay Healthy at Home webinars. These webinars are to provide more information on how to live a healthier life. We try to have guest speakers come in as much as possible to talk about topics related to living a healthier life. So for example, these are a couple of the webinars that we recently had. We had a webinar on how can I help you and mental health first aid. We also had a webinar on what comes next. And it was about the 2020 election results and what they meant. We also had a webinar on how to be a model employee, how to perfect your personal and professional look. We also had a webinar on the picture perfect filter, using Facebook and LinkedIn to find work. So we try to vary the topics that we have in our webinars to provide as much information on how to live a healthier life. We try to bring those guest speakers as much as possible. And we also hold Healthy Lifestyles Projects lives twice a week, every week as well. We hold them every Wednesday at 11 a.m. and every Friday at 1 p.m. You can register on our website. And we have a couple of people that come in on a regular basis every month, and they teach one of our sessions every month to how to live a healthier life. So some examples of the events that we had during our HLP, also known as our Healthy Lifestyles Project, live events. This is one of them. We have Veronica come to our HLP live sessions, and she'll teach our group some healthy recipes. For example, this day, she taught us how to make a winter chocolate and oat smoothie. We also try to mix it up every now and then and have some interesting groups come in. For example, we had Cape May County Zoo come in. It was really amazing, and a lot of our individuals really enjoyed seeing all the animals that we got to show off through this zoo. We also had a session about laughter yoga. So it's nice, everyone got to practice some yoga and enjoy a nice moment laughing while they experienced it. We also do in-home trainings. So usually we'll have Matt come out every Friday and he'll give a class on exercising. So he'll teach everyone a couple of techniques that they could use at home and how they could even change it to their needs as well. And it keeps everyone fit. We also had Mainstream come in. So they showed us a couple of their horses, which was really cool. Everyone really enjoyed getting to see that. So we try to include some fun events in our HLP lives as well. We also had Uptown Art, Paint, and Sip come in, really cool. They showed us how to make some really nice art. At this event, they had us make some snowman, which was really cool. The individuals who do join our HLP lives really enjoyed taking part in this. It was really fun. Everyone had a good time, was able to socialize and learn a new technique on how to practice art. So that was really awesome. Every Thursday, we also have brain games as well. We practice brain games as it challenges our creativity and knowledge. And we also get to have some fun and socialize. So we do usually have a pretty big group when we do brain games Everyone really enjoys it. It's also part of our Healthy Lifestyles project. We'll do games like categories, Boggle, Jeopardy. We may even do word searches. We'll do Taboo, and we're always adding new games. Everyone really enjoys them. It gives them a chance to relax and to challenge your knowledge at the same time. How can you join our brain games? So you don't need to register to join our brain games, which is the fun part. You can just go on our website and join our email list, and we'll send you a link to join. And going into more detail about the luncheon and the conference, which I had mentioned earlier, we hold both of these events every year. Like I had mentioned earlier in the video, the councils work together with our team to get those events ready. For both of these events, our program, the New Jersey Self-Advocacy Project, and the New Jersey Statewide Self-Advocacy Network will work together to make this event happen. The luncheon helped self-advocates and allies network. We help them learn about current advocacy issues, and we celebrate the accomplishments of self-advocates over the past year. While at the conference, we also help self-advocates and allies network. As well, we help them learn about current advocacy issues and attend professional developmental workshops. So the luncheon is a more casual event to celebrate all of the accomplishments of the program and our advocates that are involved with our program as well, everything they've done in the past year. While the conference is a bit more formal, it's more of an educational event. So this is an example of our 17th annual New Jersey Statewide Self-Advocacy Network Spring Luncheon. We have been holding it virtual recently due to the pandemic, and it's just more accessible to everyone. Everyone really seems to enjoy it. We try to add as many things as possible to it and celebrate the accomplishments of as many people as we can at our luncheon. As well, this is an example of our 38th annual New Jersey Statewide Self-Advocacy Network Fall Conference. So this was great. We had a great group turnout as well. We've also been holding this virtually for the past few years. Recently, we just held it virtual as well through Zoom, but we also added watch parties to have people who wanted to come out and socialize in person to also have that opportunity to go out to certain locations that we provided and be able to socialize and watch our conference from there. It's a great event where we try to provide as much information on advocacy as we can, and we usually get a great group to turn out to these events. Going forward, I would like to talk to you about some resources that we have. So I know I mentioned at the beginning of the video that we do have free virtual trainings. So I am the Training and Technical Assistance Coordinator, so I do most of the trainings. We have a variety of training topics that are already available, and you can always come to us and ask if we provide a training on something specific that you would like, and we can always work on that as well. Some examples of the trainings we have are trainings on voting, on boosting your self-confidence, the Americans with Disability Act, stress management. So we do have a couple of categories that we already have trainings created on. There's self-advocacy, legislative trainings, employment trainings, technology trainings, communication and relationship trainings, healthy living trainings and trainings where we guide people how to do activities on. For example, maybe how to do a certain recipe or how to practice yoga, activities like that. So these are our categories. And then we do have more specific trainings if you would like to get into these categories as well. As well, we like to be all over social media. We try to put our resources out there, our events out there, provide as much information on them as we can. So for example, part of our Healthy Lifestyles project, we have some people come out and give classes on how to live a healthier life. We have them record videos and we'll post it throughout our social media. For example, here's Veronica. She'll give us tips on how to live a healthier life and how to be more fit. So a lot of times she'll give us some really cool recipes on how to make them healthier. Maybe it's something really common that you like to eat. She'll show us how to make it healthier as well. So that's something you can find throughout our social media. She will post every Monday. So you can see her every week. She'll come out and give us some new information. Every Tuesday, we also have Joanna post some tips on music therapy. She does a couple of cool things. She will post every Tuesday, so you can also check her videos out. She has some really cool music therapy tips that can be very helpful. On Wednesday, we also have Matt and Kirsten post videos. Matt will give us those fitness tips, anything that you can do at home to stay healthier while exercising. Kirsten will give us tips on how to practice more mindfulness. So sometimes she'll do things like yoga, meditation, some breathing techniques as well. On Thursday, Malik will post on our social medias. So he'll show us how to practice some new art skills. So he'll have some really cool activities. He'll do things like how to make art from figures that you can use your hand with. He'll teach us how to use paint to make some really cool artwork. And he'll post every Thursday, every week as well. We also post healthy recipes on Friday. So Erin, our director, is the one who actually does these. Every Friday, she comes up with a new recipe on how to try to make it healthier. So maybe it'll be a healthier snack. So she'll give us some really cool tips on that as well. So we have things going on throughout our entire week. So you can see we have something Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We try to post something every day. We try to get out there as much as possible, provide everyone with as much information as we can. And all of these things are part of our Healthy Lifestyle Project as well. As well, on our social media, every Monday we'll post quick tips on how to live a healthier lifestyle. So, for example, we post tips on how to be aware of what you're drinking. It could be a quick tip like smile more today or take care of your skin every day. Maybe we'll post a quick tip on how to practice internal training. Quick tips could be from staying hydrated, wearing our sunscreen, to a more detailed quick tip about what exercises we can practice outdoors now that it's becoming a little warmer outside. And throughout the week, we are also posting things daily. It could be things from how to help your product last longer, how to make your food last longer so you do fewer grocery runs. It could be things like how to make your own lip scrub, or it could be us sharing a playlist that we made as well. To get more into our social media, we do have a couple of social media platforms. One of them is YouTube. So We record a couple of our meetings throughout the week. So if you're unable to join, you can always go back and find them on our YouTube page. We have several playlists. For example, if you're unable to join our brain games, or you ever want to watch a game that we did, you can always go to our YouTube games. Our webinars are always recorded as well. You can always find them on our YouTube page as well. Our weekly healthy lifestyle tips of nutrition, music, art, and healthy recipes are on there as well. So there's a lot of informational videos that you can find on our YouTube page, as well as some of the meetings that we hold throughout the week, and the members of our healthy lifestyle projects that we have post every week. You can also find their videos on our YouTube page. So that's one of our social media platforms where you can find a lot of information as well. We also have things going on every week, and you can always find them throughout our social media. So for, like I was saying, on Monday, you can always see Veronica's new nutrition videos. So she'll give us tips on how to be more healthier and fit. So she'll usually post a video on a healthy recipe or how to practice a fitness exercise, possibly. On Tuesdays, we always have our webinars, and Joanna will post a new music therapy video. On Wednesdays, we have our HLP lives at 11 a.m. Matt will usually post his workout video as well, or Kirsten will post a video on giving tips on how to be more mindful. On Thursday, we do brain games on Zoom at 1 p.m. Malik will also post a new training video of new art that he will help us create on Friday. You can check out our social media for Aaron's new healthy recipe as well. And we also have our HLP live meeting again at 1 p.m. Usually we'll have Matt come on and do an exercise with us as well. So this is a calendar that we try to keep up to date, where we add new things on what we're doing throughout the week. We try to keep our weeks busy, especially stand on top of our healthy lifestyles project and helping people live a healthier lifestyle. So this calendar helps everyone set a date and time for the events they want to join, and that way they know ahead of time what's coming up as well. We have also our positive polls. This is for anyone who ever wants to give any advice on how to live a healthier life. We are always open to listening. If anyone ever wants to come on, maybe onto our webinars or our HLP live sessions and give some advice on healthy living as well, we are always open to hearing what everyone has to say. So you can always go on our website and on our positive polls and give us some advice, or let us know that you want to come out and speak to one of our groups as well on how to live a healthier life. We also have Advocacy Matters. This is a newsletter that we share every month. It goes over our program and it talks about everything that we've done in the past month. For example, this is a picture of the newsletter that we sent out in May 2023. So the front page has an overview of the program, some of the things that we do on a regular basis. It'll include maybe anything going on with our trainings, anything going on with our council. We'll also include our daily, weekly activities as well on there. Anything that we really thought we needed to make stand out that we did throughout the month, that our advocates did, anything that went on in any of our meetings, we'll share all of that in our letter, which we call Advocacy Matters. We share it every single month. We try to keep it up to date as much as possible. So you can always check that out as well. And you can always go on our website and sign up for it. That way you receive it to your email every month as well. And to take a little look at our website, I wanted to go over it, give you a little bit of an overview. So I wanted to share a little video of what it looks like. This is a bit of an outdated version. We recorded this in 2020, so I'll give you a little update after the video. But you would go into the arcnewjersey.org, into programs, and you'd find the New Jersey Self-Advocacy Project. And this is what our program's website looks like. So at the beginning, we have the news and updates. So anything new that we have coming on. So here you can find, for example, our training page. You can always click on there or right on the trainings tab. It'll bring you to this page where we'll have an overview of our trainings, our training categories, where you can always click and look for specific trainings. We have our training request form. So if you ever would like a training, you can go on here and request it. You could always click on the form page as well. We also have our training flyer, which goes over all the trainings that we provide on here as well. So there's always something you can look at if you're interested in having a virtual training. We also have the ability for you to register for our webinars on here. You can either click right there on the news and updates or on the webinars tab as well. It'll bring you to this page. It'll give you a little bit of an overview about our webinars. You can sign up to receive email updates here as well. We'll have the upcoming webinars listed here, the date and what the webinar is going to be on. So you can always register for the one you want and you can click on it as well. So once you click on it, it'll bring you to the website where you can register. It'll give you a little overview and we'll ask for some information. And once you hit register, you'll have the link for that session sent over to you. On the website, we also have the webinars that we've already done for you to go back and take a look. If you ever want to rewatch one or you weren't able to make it to one, you can always come back and watch it here as well. Like I said, it's a bit outdated. So we do have our newer webinars on there as well. So if you ever click on one, we'll have everything that was provided during that webinar. So we'll have the recorded video, any slides that they might have presented during the video, any flyers, worksheets, websites that they might have shared. It'll be right on there as well. So you'll have access to everything. If you ever want to rewatch or you might have missed, you can always come back and everything will be right there provided to you as well. And going back, you can also find on our website our Healthy Lifestyles Project Live. So you can either click right on here, which will bring you to the website where you can specifically like a look at everything that is involved in this project, or you can click on the tab as well. It'll also give you an overview of what our HLP live sessions are all about. You can also sign up to receive email updates on here as well. You can also register for the upcoming sessions that we have. So we'll have the date. We always list the upcoming one at the top, but we'll have the dates on there. We'll have the topics that we're going to talk about on there as well. And you can always click on it. And it'll also bring you to the registration site. It'll give you a little overview. It'll tell you if you need anything for that session, what you need to get as well, and what we're going to be doing at that session. It's going to give you the date and time again. It's going to ask for some information as well. Once you're done, you can register and we'll send the link over as well. Now, we don't post any past events anymore because we don't record these sessions anymore, as we try to motivate people to come to them on a regular basis and actually be there for these meetings. So we no longer record them. So this isn't a section that we have on there anymore. As well, we used to have a social media hashtag every month. So we used to also provide that here on our news and updates at the front of our page as well, so everyone can know what the hashtag for that month was. We no longer do this as we post quite a variety of things throughout the month on our social media platforms as well. All right. So to give you a little bit of an update of what our website looks like now, this is what it looks like. So the New Jersey Self-Advocacy Project tab will bring you to the front of the page, where you'll get an overview about what our program is, anything that we do on a regular basis. So that's the front page that'll bring you to when you go into the page. We also have a frequently asked questions tab. So we do quite get a couple of questions that people tend to ask regularly. So you can find that on there as well. We have a tab on the New Jersey Statewide Self-Advocacy Network, the advisory boards. It'll go over the advisory board and the councils. So it'll say what they've been talking about, when their meetings are. It'll have an invitation to join if you would like. Anything related to the advisory board and councils will be on there. We have a tab for donations if you would ever like to donate to our program. We do also have that tabs on trainings that we went over in the video. We have the Healthy Lifestyles Project tab as well. So in that tab, you'll find all of the programs that we have going on throughout the Healthy Lifestyles Project. The webinars tab is also on there. You can register for the webinars, take a look at what we have coming up and what's past. We also have a Brain Games tab, which will tell you the games that we're playing, we have played, and now you can join us for Brain Games as well. You don't have to register for Brain Games, so we'll have the link for you there as well. We also have a tab for the luncheon and conference. So even if the luncheon and conference already passed, we'll have the information about what went on there, and we'll update it when the upcoming luncheon and conference are coming up as well. We'll have a resources tab on there as well. And we did have a podcast that we did in 2017. If anyone ever wants to listen to that, we have that available on there as well. But what's been updated recently, what's something that we've added is a tab that you see there towards the bottom. It's the Erase the R Word Pledge. It does look a little bit like this. So we did think that it was important to promote erasing the R word. So we started a pledge for it. So if you would ever like to pledge to erase the R word, we have this on our website. So we would just give you a little bit of an overview of what it's about. We would ask for a little bit of information. And at the bottom, Frankie made a little page where it displays everyone who's pledged their support to erase the R word as well. Another thing that we've done that's updated our website is at our Trailblazer page. So that's our new virtual movement club. It helps everyone stay more active. It went on from June to September. It was at 11 a.m. So in this page, you were able to register on it. It would also tell you what we're talking about and what we've talked about in the past as well in this group. So there's a lot of information and resources that you can find on our website. If you are ever looking to contact us, you can access us through here as well. If you would ever like to know more about one of our programs, you can find it on our website as well. We do have quite a couple of flyers that we are able to share. So you can find them throughout our website or on any of our social media platforms. It gives more information about the organization overall, or anything that we might be working on specifically. You might also see our team sharing it throughout our meetings as well. So for example, our training flyer, our weekly events flyer, our flyer that goes over our healthy lifestyles project, or it could be a flyer as the do's and don'ts of hiking. So we try to provide a lot of resources, and we do that specifically by making flyers and promoting it throughout our website, our social media platforms, and our groups as well. So you can always look out for these as well. And how can you stay connected with us? Well, we have quite a couple of ways that you can do that. Like we talked about before, our YouTube page, you can find some great resources on there. You can find some great activities that we're working on. Any of our sessions or meetings that we've done throughout the week might have been recorded, might be on our YouTube page. We also have our Instagram page. For example, our weekly healthy lifestyles project topics might be on there. So for example, you might say Veronica, Matt, or Kirsten. Their videos will be posted on here as well, our quick tips as well. We also have a Facebook page. All of these things are also on our Facebook page. You can contact us through there as well. We also have our Twitter page, where we'll also post everything that's going on our Facebook, and Instagram will also go on our Twitter page. So you're able to access us through any of these platforms. We also have our website, which bears on all of the information of our program, and there are so many resources on there as well. And you have access to our weekly programs as well on there. So we do have quite a couple of resources. Some that you can take a look at is our website in general. We have quite a couple of things on there. Our webinars, you can access them through that website. Our YouTube page as well. If you would like to join our Healthy Lifestyles Project, you can join us through that website as well. If you want to join our Healthy Lifestyles Project lives on Wednesdays and Fridays, you can do that on there as well. If you ever want to join our email list, you can do that through that link. You can also find it on our website. We send out as much information about our program as we can through our email list as well. You can sign up for our positive polls through that website or through our general website as well. We'll send our new monthly newsletter through here. Our Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook pages are on there as well. They're great resources. We try to post as much as we can on there, get as much information out there as well. So there's a lot of places that you can contact us, look for information about us online as well. So a lot of our social media platforms, our website are always a good way to contact us if you're ever looking to do that. And if you ever have any questions about our organization, about our program specific, any events that we may do, you can always feel free to contact me. I provided my email there at the top. My phone number is also there at the top with my extension. You can always contact us or take a look at what we provide through our Twitter, our Facebook, our Instagram page as well. We always try to stay updated with our social media platforms. And there's a lot you can do through our website as well. If you're ever trying to contact us, or if you ever want to find resources or find out more about our weekly events. So please feel free to reach out if you ever have any questions. The New Jersey Self-Advocacy Project, we really try to do our best to focus on advocacy and really work with our Healthy Lifestyles Project as well. We have a lot of programs available, a lot of things that we do throughout the week. So feel free to get involved and reach us if you ever need. Thank you so much for your attention today.